Dealerships across the nation are sounding the alarm on a crisis that could change everything. But what's really going on here, and why now? When it comes to buying a car, we all want to feel like we're getting a solid deal, but what if I told you that behind these so-called fire sale discounts lies a brewing disaster for one of America's most recognizable automakers? Dealerships are drowning in unsold inventory, interest rates are soaring, and whispers of drastic measures are echoing through the entire industry. In this video, we'll reveal the truth behind Jeep and Ram's unprecedented price cuts and how it could impact you. What's happening? Prices on the iconic vehicles, including models like the Ram 1500 and Jeep Grand Cherokee, could drop by nearly half. But why would any automaker take such a drastic step? The answer lies in a complex web of challenges faced by the auto industry today. Rising interest rates, sluggish consumer demand, and a backlog of unsold vehicles have put dealerships and manufacturers in a tight spot. Inventory is piling up at an alarming rate, and unless drastic measures are taken, the situation may become unmanageable. This isn't just about reducing prices to clear space. It is a sign of deeper strategic shifts. But how did Stellantis find itself backed into this corner? Overflowing inventory. If you have driven past a Jeep or a Ram dealership recently, you may have noticed something unusual. Rows and rows of unsold vehicles stretching across the lot. In some cases, these vehicles have been sitting idle for several months without a single test drive. What was once a sign of success, lots filled with brand new cars and trucks, is now turning into a financial burden. Dealerships rely on what is known as flooring loans to finance their inventory. Every vehicle on the lot incurs daily costs and interest, storage, and maintenance. The longer they remain unsold, the more expensive they become for the dealer. When dealerships have hundreds of vehicles that are not moving, those costs can skyrocket, eroding profit margins and pushing smaller businesses toward potential closure. Stellantis' overproduction gamble has backfired. The company bet that demand for high-margin SUVs and trucks would remain strong. However, economic conditions changed rapidly. With inflation climbing and interest rates rising, buyers have become more cautious about making expensive purchases. Suddenly, vehicles priced at $60,000 or more are seen as unattainable for the average consumer. But there is more to this story than just inventory buildup. The core issue stems from Stellantis' failed market assumptions, Stellantis' gamble. Stellantis focused heavily on producing premium, luxury-oriented vehicles, believing that consumers would pay a premium for rugged, feature-packed trucks and SUVs. The Ram 1500 Limited, for instance, came with high-tech upgrades and advanced safety features that pushed its price tag past $70,000. Initially, this strategy appeared sound. Trucks and SUVs have been immensely popular in the United States for years, often accounting for a significant portion of automaker profits. However, by the time these high-priced models rolled off the assembly lines, the economic climate had shifted. Higher borrowing costs meant monthly payments became unaffordable for many families, while consumer priorities began evolving in other directions. Stellantis was caught off guard. Models like the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, aimed at high-income buyers, ended up collecting dust in dealerships. Buyers were no longer willing to shell out the extra cash for these vehicles, especially when competing brands offered more affordable alternatives. To make matters worse, Stellantis found itself lagging behind in one crucial area: electric and hybrid vehicles. This miscalculation left Jeep and Ram vulnerable to shifting market trends. So what can Stellantis do to turn the situation around? Market perception and desperation. The rumors of massive price cuts are more than just idle chatter. They reflect a company grappling with an identity crisis. By offering discounts as steep as 50%, Stellantis hopes to accomplish two critical goals: attract price-sensitive buyers and clear the enormous backlog of unsold inventory. However, these drastic cuts are a double-edged sword. On one hand, they may successfully bring buyers back into dealerships, offering deals too good to pass up. On the other hand, such aggressive discounts risk devaluing the brand's reputation. For decades, Jeep and Ram have built their image on toughness, reliability, and performance. Slashing prices dramatically could create a perception that these vehicles were overpriced to begin with, or worse, that they are losing their competitive edge. Furthermore, if Stellantis rushes to announce these discounts, there could be unintended consequences for current sales. Buyers may choose to delay their purchases, waiting for the anticipated price reductions. Dealerships fear that a premature announcement could freeze their sales pipelines, making the current crisis even more difficult to manage. This delicate balance will require careful planning on Stellantis' part. Price cuts are expected to roll out gradually, likely starting in the second quarter of 2025. However, dealers and customers are already buzzing with anticipation. Some dealerships have independently launched their own discount campaigns, offering 30% off selected models in an effort to stay ahead of the official price drop. But how did we get here? It all comes from three root causes. The affordability crisis. At the heart of Jeep and Ram's current struggles is a pricing strategy that no longer aligns with consumer expectations. Over the past few years, prices for new vehicles have skyrocketed. Models like the Ram 1500 and Jeep Grand Cherokee, once considered staples of American driveways, are now priced beyond reach for many middle-class families. Fully loaded versions of the Ram 1500 can cost over $100,000, a price tag once reserved for luxury sedans and sports cars. For most consumers, buying a vehicle involves financing, which means monthly payments. With rising interest rates, even modest vehicles now require significantly higher payments than they did just a few years ago. For example, a buyer financing a $70,000 truck at a 6 or 7% interest rate may face monthly payments north of $1,000. This financial burden has turned many potential customers away from high-priced vehicles altogether. Meanwhile, Stellantis' competitors such as Ford and General Motors have adapted to these challenges by offering more competitively priced options. The Ford F-150 and Chevrolet Silverado provide similar utility and features at a lower price point, giving buyers alternatives without breaking the bank. For families on a budget, choosing a Ford or Chevrolet over a Ram or Jeep becomes a simple economic decision. As a result, many buyers are now asking a crucial question: are Jeep and Ram vehicles really worth the premium price? Competition and market shifts. In recent years, the automotive landscape has undergone significant changes. Buyers are no longer limited to traditional gas-powered trucks and SUVs. The rise of hybrid and electric vehicles has transformed how consumers evaluate their options. Automakers like Tesla, Ford, and Toyota have capitalized on this shift by introducing innovative and affordable models with impressive performance and fuel efficiency. Stellantis, however, has struggled to keep up in the EV race. While brands like Ford have launched the all-electric F-150 Lightning and Toyota continues to dominate with hybrid models like the RAV4, Stellantis' offerings remain underwhelming by comparison. Jeep's hybrid Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models have received lukewarm reception, with critics pointing to limited electric range and outdated technology. For younger, tech-savvy buyers, Jeep and Ram vehicles feel increasingly out of touch with modern trends. These consumers prioritize efficiency, sustainability, and cutting-edge features such as advanced infotainment systems and autonomous driving capabilities, areas where Stellantis has fallen behind. In contrast, brands like Tesla have set new standards by integrating software updates and advanced connectivity features into their vehicles. Stellantis' reluctance to invest aggressively in EV technology has not only cost them market share, but has also damaged their image among environmentally conscious buyers. This misstep, combined with high prices, has contributed to the perception that Jeep and Ram are stuck in the past, catering to an audience that is rapidly shrinking. Quality and reliability concerns. While affordability and competition have driven many buyers away, another key issue plaguing Jeep and Ram is concerns over quality and reliability. Historically, both brands built strong reputations based on durability and performance. Jeep was renowned for off-road capability, while Ram trucks were celebrated as reliable workhorses. However, in recent years, that reputation has been increasingly challenged. Reports of recurring mechanical issues have tarnished the brand's image. Jeep Wranglers, for example, have faced ongoing complaints about transmission failures, steering instability, and electrical malfunctions. Meanwhile, Ram trucks have been the subject of multiple recalls related to airbag defects, fuel system problems, and faulty powertrains. These reliability concerns have become a serious deterrent for prospective buyers. Compounding the problem is Stellantis' customer service reputation. Many buyers who experience issues with their vehicles report difficulties in obtaining timely repairs, replacement parts, and satisfactory resolutions from dealerships. In today's world of instant reviews and viral social media posts, these negative experiences spread quickly, further eroding consumer confidence. Automakers like Toyota and Honda, which are often praised for their reliability, have capitalized on this weakness. Buyers who once remained loyal to Jeep and Ram are now flocking to brands with stronger reputations for long-term dependability. To regain trust, Stellantis must not only improve the quality of its vehicles, but also enhance its service network to ensure faster, more reliable support for customers. However, time is not on their side as competitors continue to pull ahead. How dealers are responding. Jeep and Ram dealerships have found themselves caught in a difficult position, bearing the brunt of Stellantis' missteps. With inventory piling up and buyers staying away, dealers are being forced to take drastic action to move vehicles off their lots. Many dealerships have begun offering deep discounts on 2023 models, slashing prices by as much as 30% in an effort to attract buyers. However, these measures come with significant risks. By offering aggressive discounts now, dealerships may struggle to compete if Stellantis announces even steeper factory-backed price cuts later this year. Dealers are also facing growing tension with Stellantis management, accusing the automaker of pushing overpriced vehicles into a market that could not sustain them. The strained relationship between Stellantis and its dealer network is a serious concern. In the automotive industry, dealers play a crucial role as the frontline sales force. When that relationship breaks down, it can lead to long-term damage that is difficult to repair. Stellantis is now under pressure to provide financial assistance to its dealers, whether through rebates, reduced flooring fees, or other incentives designed to ease the financial burden. Dealers are also adapting by shifting their focus to other revenue streams, such as service and maintenance. Unlike new vehicle sales, these departments continue to generate steady profits even during economic downturns. Some dealerships are also diversifying their inventory, offering a mix of used vehicles and aftermarket products to stabilize their business. But dealers know that these tactics are temporary solutions. Without significant changes to Stellantis' pricing strategy and product lineup, many fear that the crisis will only deepen. With dealerships and consumers alike struggling to navigate Stellantis' crisis, the automaker faces a critical challenge: how to regain trust and re-establish its place in the market. Whispers of a 50% price reduction, Stellantis' struggles to sell Jeep and Ram vehicles have reached a critical point. Insiders and industry analysts are buzzing with speculation about a drastic move. Price cuts as high as 50% across the Jeep and Ram lineup. The scale of these reductions would be unprecedented in the modern automotive market. Rumors suggest that these cuts could come as early as the second quarter of 2025, aligning with the spring car buying season when demand typically rises. But what is driving this bold gamble? For Stellantis, the pressure to clear stagnant inventory is immense. Dealership lots across the United States are overrun with unsold 2022 and 2023 models. Many of these vehicles have been sitting idle for months or even years, depreciating in value and costing dealers significant overhead. Each unsold vehicle represents storage costs, maintenance expenses, and interest payments on dealer loans. This buildup of inventory was not accidental. Stellantis had banked on sustained consumer demand for high-margin trucks and SUVs, only to see that strategy backfire as economic conditions shifted. Rising interest rates, economic uncertainty, and the rise of more affordable alternatives have left buyers unwilling to pay premium prices for Jeep and Ram models. The rumored price cuts, if true, would not merely be a short-term promotional tactic. Such deep reductions signal an industry-wide reckoning that could reshape pricing expectations for years to come. The real question is, will these drastic measures work, or will they cause more harm than good? The consumer perspective, opportunities and risks. For consumers, the prospect of steep discounts on new Jeep and Ram vehicles is undeniably enticing. Imagine being able to purchase a brand new Ram 1500 or Jeep Grand Cherokee for half the usual price. Buyers who were previously priced out of the market could finally afford vehicles that seemed unattainable just months ago. However, while the potential savings may spark excitement, there are also significant risks to consider. One immediate risk is depreciation. Vehicles typically lose value over time, but the anticipated price cuts could accelerate that process. If a new Jeep or Ram truck is sold at a 50% discount today, it is likely that similar models on the used market will see their resale values plummet. Owners of recent purchases may find themselves upside down on their loans, owing far more than their vehicles are worth. Consider a buyer who financed a $70,000 Ram 1500 just 2 years ago. With these rumored price reductions, similar new models might sell for as little as $35,000. This buyer could suddenly find that their vehicle has lost tens of thousands of dollars in value overnight. For consumers who already face financial strain, this scenario could deter future loyalty to Stellantis brands. Despite these risks, the opportunity for buyers to take advantage of drastically reduced prices is hard to ignore. For those in the market for a new vehicle, the key will be timing. Buyers who act quickly may secure the best deals, while those who hesitate risk losing out as inventory clears. However, they must remain vigilant about hidden costs and dealership tactics that could offset the advertised discounts. Ultimately, while price cuts may offer short-term benefits to consumers, the long-term impact on brand perception and resale value is a critical consideration. How dealers are bracing for impact. The rumored price cuts have sent shockwaves through Stellantis' dealer network. For many dealerships, these reductions are both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, they offer a lifeline to clear out unsold inventory. On the other hand, they threaten to erode already thin profit margins and create further instability. Dealers rely on a combination of new vehicle sales, financing incentives, and service revenue to stay profitable. When vehicle prices drop dramatically, dealerships often bear the brunt of the financial impact. Smaller dealers in particular may struggle to survive if they are forced to sell vehicles at a loss. Complicating matters is the potential for Stellantis to impose factory-backed price cuts without fully compensating dealers for their losses. For example, if a dealer has several 2023 Ram trucks purchased at full cost, they may now have to compete with new 2024 models being sold at steep discounts. Without financial support from Stellantis, dealers risk being undercut by the very automaker they depend on for inventory. Adding to the tension is the strained relationship between Stellantis and its dealers. Many dealers feel abandoned by the automaker, blaming poor decision-making for the current crisis. Stellantis' push for high-priced luxury trucks and SUVs during a period of economic uncertainty left dealers with vehicles they could not sell. Now, rumors of drastic price cuts have intensified frustration within the dealer network. To survive, dealerships are adopting a range of tactics. Some are slashing prices on older models by 30% or more to stay ahead of potential factory discounts. Others are focusing on service departments, which remain a reliable source of revenue. Additionally, many dealers are calling for Stellantis to provide rebates, reduced flooring fees, and marketing support to help mitigate the impact of the price cuts. However, these measures are temporary solutions. Without a clear plan from Stellantis, dealers face an uncertain future. The industry-wide ripple effect. If Stellantis moves forward with its rumored price cuts, the impact will not be confined to Jeep and Ram dealerships. The entire automotive industry could be affected, potentially sparking a price war among major automakers. Competitors like Ford, General Motors, and Toyota are closely monitoring the situation. If Stellantis significantly lowers prices on its trucks and SUVs, these rivals may feel compelled to follow suit to remain competitive. This could create a domino effect, driving down prices across the board and reshaping consumer expectations. However, such a scenario also carries risks for automakers. Price wars erode profit margins, making it harder for companies to invest in new technologies and product development. Brands that have heavily invested in electrification, such as Ford with its F-150 Lightning, may face additional challenges if consumers flock to discounted gas-powered vehicles instead. In the short term, Stellantis' aggressive pricing strategy could help it regain market share. However, the long-term consequences are harder to predict. If consumers begin to associate Jeep and Ram with steep discounts, the perceived value of these brands may suffer. Maintaining profitability while offering deep discounts will be a delicate balancing act. The automotive industry is at a crossroads, with market dynamics shifting rapidly. Stellantis' rumored price cuts could be a game changer, but whether they lead to recovery or further decline remains to be seen. As Stellantis prepares to take this bold gamble, the stakes could not be higher. So how did other automakers navigate similar crises and the lessons Stellantis can learn to secure its future? Automakers that overcame price crises. The Nissan case. Nissan's experience with drastic price cuts offers valuable lessons for Stellantis. In the early 2000s, Nissan was struggling to maintain sales in the United States. The brand, known for models like the Altima and Pathfinder, faced declining demand due to fierce competition from Toyota and Honda, as well as internal issues such as lackluster designs and reliability concerns. In an effort to stay competitive, Nissan resorted to heavy discounts and aggressive pricing strategies. Initially, the strategy seemed to work. Sales increased as consumers flocked to dealerships to take advantage of low prices. However, the success was short-lived. Over time, Nissan's reputation began to erode. Buyers came to expect discounts, and the perception of Nissan vehicles as budget options hurt the company's ability to sell higher-end models at competitive prices. Meanwhile, profit margins shrank, limiting the company's ability to invest in new technology and innovation. To recover, Nissan underwent a dramatic transformation transformation under the leadership of Carlos Ghosn. The company restructured its operations, refocused on core models, and emphasized quality improvements. Nissan eventually regained profitability by reducing its reliance on price cuts and rebuilding trust with both dealers and consumers. The key takeaway for Stellantis is that aggressive price reductions can have unintended consequences. While they may provide a short-term boost in sales, they can damage long-term brand equity. Stellantis must find a way to balance immediate needs with sustainable growth strategies. General Motors' comeback after bankruptcy. General Motors, one of the largest automakers in the world, faced a monumental crisis during the global financial collapse of 2008. The company declared bankruptcy in 2009, becoming a symbol of the automotive industry's vulnerability to economic downturns. To survive, General Motors underwent a massive government-backed restructuring, including price adjustments and product lineup changes. In the wake of the crisis, General Motors offered significant discounts on many of its models, such as the Chevrolet Silverado and Buick Enclave, to move inventory and reassure nervous consumers. However, the company recognized the risks of relying too heavily on discounts. Over the following years, General Motors worked to rebuild its reputation by focusing on quality, technology, and innovation. A key part of General Motors' recovery was its investment in electric and hybrid technology, leading to the development of models like the Chevrolet Volt and later, the Bolt. Additionally, the automaker prioritized consumer trust by offering improved warranty programs and addressing long-standing quality concerns. As a result, General Motors regained market share and profitability. Stellantis can learn from General Motors' approach by recognizing that discounts alone will not solve its problems. A broader strategy that includes investments in future technologies, dealer support, and brand rebuilding will be essential for long-term success. Ford's EV gamble and dealer tensions. Ford's recent struggles with its electric vehicle transition highlight another potential pitfall for Stellantis. Ford made significant investments in electrification, with models like the F-150 Lightning and Mustang Mach-E leading the charge. However, the company faced resistance from its dealer network due to the high costs associated with EV infrastructure upgrades. Ford required its dealerships to invest millions of dollars in EV charging stations, staff training, and facility upgrades. Many dealers were hesitant, arguing that the demand for EVs was still uncertain and that the required investments were unsustainable. Compounding the problem was Ford's struggle to maintain EV production levels due to supply chain constraints. As EV inventory began piling up on dealership lots, Ford faced a dilemma. Some dealers resorted to price cuts to move unsold EVs, while others delayed accepting new shipments. The resulting tension strained Ford's relationship with its dealer network, a critical component of its distribution strategy. The lesson for Stellantis is clear. A strong partnership with dealers is essential, particularly when navigating market shifts. If Stellantis imposes drastic price cuts without adequately supporting its dealers, it risks alienating the very network that enables it to reach consumers. Open communication, financial incentives, and strategic planning will be crucial to maintaining dealer trust during this turbulent period. Learning from Toyota's stability and brand strength. Toyota has long been regarded as a model of stability and resilience in the automotive industry. Unlike competitors who have resorted to aggressive price cuts during downturns, Toyota has maintained a consistent focus on quality, reliability, and customer satisfaction. This approach has allowed Toyota to weather economic challenges without sacrificing long-term profitability. One of Toyota's key strategies is its lean manufacturing system, known as the Toyota Production System. This system emphasizes efficiency, minimizing waste, and adapting production to meet real-time demand. As a result, Toyota has been able to avoid significant inventory surpluses, reducing the need for drastic price cuts. Additionally, Toyota has built a strong reputation for value retention. Models like the Toyota RAV4 and Camry are known for maintaining high resale values, which enhances customer loyalty and encourages repeat purchases. Even during economic downturns, Toyota has focused on offering targeted incentives rather than slashing prices across the board. For Stellantis, Toyota's example highlights the importance of operational efficiency and brand reputation. While Stellantis may need to implement price cuts to address its immediate inventory crisis, it must also invest in processes and strategies that prevent similar issues in the future. Strengthening its brand value and improving production flexibility could help Stellantis achieve long-term stability. As Stellantis navigates this critical moment, it must balance short-term actions with long-term strategies. Lessons from other automakers show that recovery is possible, but only with a clear vision and a commitment to quality, innovation, and partnership. And there you have it, the full story behind Stellantis' rumored price cuts and the lessons it can learn from its competitors. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think these drastic price cuts will help Stellantis bounce back? Or is it too little, too late? Are you planning to take advantage of these potential deals, or are you concerned about the risks? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on the latest automotive news, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.